Alright guys, welcome back. Quick update for Wednesday, August 29th. And as always, subject to change. So could change tomorrow, could change Thursday. But at the moment, based on the signals here, we are no longer looking to get short. Doesn't mean we're looking to get long everything. Doesn't mean the bulls are out of the woods just yet. But down here on the scoreboard today, the bulls did take a little bit of an edge. So for the QQQ on the daily chart, bulls have 3 points and the bears have 1. And a big part of the bulls actually taking a little edge here was the fact they were able to cancel out that daily sell signal. So the bar goes from red to blue. And now we have price back above the 21 EMA and back above the 50 SMA. And then even better, my favorite thing in the world, got ourselves a brand new daily squeeze. So now for the foreseeable future, got ourselves a daily squeeze to work with here in the QQQ. So the bulls take a slight edge, and then over here on the S&Ps, on the scoreboard the bulls have 2 points, and the bears have 1. So again, it's not perfect, it's not the ideal long, but enough things have kind of shifted here today to give the bulls a little bit of an edge. Right, could change tomorrow. As long as the bulls have even a little bit of an edge, I want to be really careful getting short. So there's the S&Ps, and then I think two of the most important parts of the market, semiconductors and the tech stocks. If we check out the SMH here, not perfect, but making progress. Bulls have 3 points and the bears have 1. And like the QQQ, SMH here has a brand new daily squeeze. And then XLK, the technology ETF, also has a brand new daily squeeze. And the bulls also have the edge here on the scoreboard. They canceled out the sell signal, back above the 21 and back above the 50. Now the key here, guys, is going to come down to how can the market handle the next dip. Everyone got trapped short, getting a little bit of a short squeeze. And granted, they're making some progress here. 15-minute chart goes bullish, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour. And there's a little progress here on that daily chart. But the key here is how can we handle that next pullback? Not a huge pullback, but something like a pullback to a 30-minute or an hourly 21. Momentum is shifted positive. The structure is shifted. We got buy signals. On the hourly chart here, the bulls have pretty much got the fixins for what could turn into a nice hourly uptrend. By definition, an uptrend is a series of higher highs and higher lows. So point being, you get the initial short squeeze. It's vicious. It's spastic. Where we're all going to get a little bit smarter, where we're all going to get a better sense of the next potential trade, would be on that first back test of your 30-minute or hourly 21. We pull back, we find support, the structure holds, the buy signal holds, then you're probably looking for a turn higher. If instead that first pullback sees the bulls basically dropping the ball, momentum breaks, support breaks, the structure breaks, the signal shift, then we might not be trying to buy that dip. So if there is going to be a move here to the upside, that's actually going to last for more than a few days. All right, something a little more than just a short squeeze. It's one thing to make progress. It's another thing to hold that first pullback and then go on to make more progress. So that's it's a fancy, long-winded way of saying be a bit patient here. As long as the bulls have the edge on the scoreboard, I've got to avoid getting short. All right, being short or doing anything as a swing trader is really freaking difficult when you don't have the wind at your back from the indices. All right, so being long all throughout May, June, July was really easy. Really, really easy, given what you had going on in the indices. They were also super strong. being short about a week ago, when that daily squeeze broke short, made for a few easy trades. You lose a win at your back. Day trading, swing trading, it all gets that much more difficult. So for now, if you're in my mastery, we are chilling on the short side. And if we are going to get long here, ideally after a dip, at that point we'll have a little bit more confirmation. But if we are going to get long, I think the two best picks would be Google and Nvidia, based on the setups and the structure. So for Nvidia, it's pretty locked and loaded here. So technically the daily squeeze did fire long today. You had 2 dots of compression, and now the squeeze actually fires. If you can catch that on a little bit of a dip, I think it might be worth a shot. Now, the biggest issue here for Nvidia over the last 2 or 3 months has been momentum. So let me do this real quick. So down here on the big 3 squeeze, notice how momentum peaked all the way back in June. Again, that's your gas tank. You pull up to the gas station, you're in your Ferrari 458, Spider, you fill the car up, you have, in a Ferrari, you got like 200 miles till empty. And then you start your road trip, you got 150 miles till empty, you got 100 miles, 50 miles, and then the gas tank is dry. You are running on E. Despite momentum dying out, they keep trying to push the price higher. None of that action is actually sustainable. So where Nvidia gets really interesting today, and we'll see if it can actually stick, but they are trying to get momentum back above that 0 line. And because of that, we now have a brand new daily buy signal. What makes Nvidia, I think, a bit more interesting is we have that nested squeeze dynamic. The daily squeeze is printing inside of the 2-day squeeze, and the 2-day squeeze is printing inside of your 3-day squeeze. And for what it's worth, the 3-day squeeze, that's a perfect setup. Perfect setup on the big 3 indicator, as evident by the green label that says it's an A+ setup. So as we know, that can be a pretty powerful combination. One squeeze fires, then the next squeeze, then the next squeeze. Think of Netflix from back in March. One of my better trades is here. Back in May. There was a 4-hour squeeze, a daily squeeze, a 2-day, a 3-day, a weekly. And one after the other, they all fired. Obviously, can trigger a pretty nice push. So yeah, for Nvidia here, market willing, I like the triple squeeze. The daily, the 2-day, and the 3-day. So we're going to try to buy that a little bit closer to that daily 21. Try to get it back into the buy zone. But I'm liking Nvidia, and then if the market allows for it, I also like Google. Now, Google's not as... The one thing missing here compared to Nvidia would be that daily buy signal. I think you have to appreciate the fact that Microsoft's getting spanked around, Apple, the Qs, the S&Ps, etc. Everything kind of getting sold off there for a few weeks. Meanwhile, Google holds up really well. So as far as sealing the deal here, for what should be a nice move higher out of that daily squeeze, we got to get momentum officially back above that 0 line, at which point we'll have a buy signal, at which point Google should be an A+ setup. And then from there, guys, it all comes down to the S&Ps and the QQQ. All we're doing is playing a probabilities game. So for the next 1, 2, 3 or so weeks, if the S&Ps and the QQQ do grind higher, I think Google and Nvidia could make for some nice picks to the upside. If the Bulls lose their progress, if the scoreboard again shifts in the favor of the Bears, well then I don't want to be long anything. Right? I'm not loyal. I'm loyal to my wife. I'm loyal to my NBA team of choice. And then I'm loyal to the signals. That's just about it. I'm not loyal to the Bull side. I'm not loyal to the Bear side. I wake up, pour me a hot cup of coffee, and whatever the indicators and the signals are telling me to do, I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm going to do it. But alright, y'all, quick update. I am done getting short for now. Again, subject to change. Could change tomorrow morning for all I know. For now, the scoreboard is shifted. Bulls have a little bit of an edge, but they're not out of the woods just yet. But if they can even just stabilize, get the S&Ps trading sideways, get the QQQ just simply trading sideways, then I think Nvidia and Google, they could still go on to make some pretty nice moves. Alrighty. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go on ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Adios.